Saturday's Telegraph, and the New York Times editor is having none of it. What's this, Nick?
Yeah, so the editor has rebuked this trans rights letter. There was a letter that went out signed by weirdos like Lena Dunham and all these kind of people, and they were criticising they said the paper treated gender diversity with an eerily familiar mix of pseudoscience and euphemistic charged language, which is sort of nonsense really, but they'd actually criticised specific employees, and then employees had liked the letter and sort of shared it and things like this, or even signed it, in fact.
I think these names that you mentioned are people who write for the paper, like even Lena Dunham.
Right, yeah, exactly. They were criticising other colleagues, which obviously can't happen. So the New York Times has got this strange dilemma, because they're already incredibly left, but now they've got this extra mental woke left side to them that they're trying to sort of get away from.
But it always eats itself. I mean, this is what's happened recently. There was an article on the New York Times basically saying all these weird attacks on J.K. Rowling are actually just unhinged and not tethered to reality. And this is why they're upset about that, because unless you're upholding the hysteria, you can't sustain it.
Yeah, and they were furious about that Tom Cotton piece that was published, which was sort of thought to be more conservative. Barry Wise had left, because she was sort of more moderate.
It's quite good, though, isn't it, when these people sort of eat themselves and start attacking.
Yeah, well, it's good that he's that they're kicking back, but I can feel that there's like this ring fence around this whole trans thing and gender thing, that you say anything and you have any sort of opinion, it seems the backlash seems to be more ferocious than anything else.
And it'll get worse the more that they're losing the argument. That's the thing, they're backed into a corner now, and because you've suddenly got commentators asking politicians to define a woman and pushing it, which is really
also, I think that whereas normal maybe, like, I don't mean normal, but like working class people that normally have got other things on their mind that don't really care about all this gender stuff, they're getting quite pulled into this because of this whole stuff that it's got to do with the kids. They're starting to look at their kids' future. It's starting to scare them getting pushed on, and they're all getting involved, and it's all blowing up. It's a scary
It is all blowing up. Well, look, we're going to move on